This is KGW News at noon.
COVID vaccines are now required for Multnomah County employees. Hello, everyone. I'm Brenda Braxton. Chair Deborah Kafoury made that announcement this morning, saying surging COVID cases are driving this mandate. More than 6,000 employees will be impacted. The county's strategy to fight COVID is requiring masks indoors and promoting vaccinations. Multnomah County is joining a growing list of employers requiring the vaccine. Oregon and Washington are mandating them for teachers and healthcare workers. The U.S. government requires COVID shots for federal employees. Vaccine mandates are also in place at businesses like Tyson Foods, United Airlines, and Disney. Well, if you don't think the latest COVID surge is a crisis, consider what happened at Mercy Medical in Roseburg. Officials say a COVID patient died in the emergency room waiting for an ICU bed. That patient didn't get a bed because they were all taken by other COVID patients. The hospital already expanded its ICU to try and avoid situations like this. Officials say the loss was tough for the Mercy healthcare workers and for the community.
I'm angry at everything. I'm angry at patients who chose not to get vaccinated. I'm angry at the health system for not being able to handle it, even if it's not their fault. I'm angry at myself for not having done more early in the pandemic. Yeah.
And maybe angry at yourself for being angry?
Yes, very much so. Yeah, it's hard.
St. Charles Medical Center in Bend is struggling to keep up, and KGW's Pat Doris was granted special access to the intensive care unit, which is near the breaking point. What he found is part of our series called Overwhelmed: Inside Oregon's ICUs. We'll be covering Oregon's ICUs on our evening newscast, and you can find our latest series installment on KGW.com and on our YouTube page. Well, Portland Public Schools is working to give students and staff and the community easy access to the COVID vaccine. PPS is giving out free shots during high school registrations to anyone 12 or older. There are 3 vaccine clinics, and they're open for about the next hour. The locations are at Franklin, Cleveland, and Grant High Schools. All 3 run until 1 o'clock this afternoon. Well, in case you missed it, we have more now on Governor Brown's new mandates to slow the spread of the virus. They just came down yesterday, and KGW's Mike Benner explains what's changing.
We cannot wait for help to come.
Oregon Governor Kate Brown not mincing words. More than 800 Oregonians are hospitalized with COVID, she says, and 93% of hospital and ICU beds are full.
Some hospital regions are beginning the day with 2 ICU beds available or none at all.
I want to be honest.
Oregon Health Authority Director Patrick Allen's projections aren't any better.
The situation in Oregon's hospitals is growing increasingly dire. Our healthcare system is on the verge of collapse in parts of the state. In coming weeks, every Oregon hospital could be overtopped.
Because of this, Governor Brown is ordering all healthcare workers to be fully vaccinated by October 18th, or 6 weeks after full FDA approval, whichever is later. Healthcare workers will no longer have the option to be tested weekly in lieu of the vaccine, as the governor suggested in early August.
We must proactively implement solutions right now. We need every single frontline healthcare worker healthy and available to treat patients.
The Oregon Nurses Association is balking at the new mandate, arguing that it could make the situation worse instead of better. ONA worries that some healthcare workers will leave the profession before rolling up their sleeves for a shot, leading to a dangerous staffing crisis in hospitals across the state. In the meantime, Governor Brown is also announcing that all K-12 employees and volunteers must be fully vaccinated by October 18th, or 6 weeks after full FDA approval. The Portland Association of Teachers, for one, supports the mandate, but
there are those who will disagree with the actions I'm taking today. But school is starting across the state. COVID-19 poses a threat to our kids, and our kids need to be protected, and they need to be in school.
The governor says she's willing to take the heat for this decision, not to mention the decision to require all healthcare workers to get vaccinated as well.
Our best tools to keep our schools, businesses, and communities open are wearing masks and getting vaccinated.
The situation is so bad, Governor Brown revealed that she plans to deploy the National Guard and nurse strike teams to assist in hospitals. She also plans to ask FEMA and President Biden for resources and support. I'm Mike Benner for KGW News.
The Oregon Education Association released a statement supporting that vaccine mandate. It says it's become clear the worst of the pandemic is not behind us, and the new requirement will help provide stability for students this fall and will help improve safety in schools and in our communities. It also said vaccines combined with other public health mitigation strategies are the best way to ensure schools stay open. Well, not everyone is on board with the governor's decision. The Columbia County Sheriff released this letter to the governor. Brian Pixley says he believes counties should be making decisions about mask and vaccine mandates, not the state. While he says he hopes his letter will definitely start a dialogue, he ends by saying citizens in Columbia County should have the choice to mask or get vaccinated. Oh, that's awesome. That is Chris Winkler arriving in Portland, Maine after a 3,000-mile journey from right here in Portland, Oregon. His kids were there cheering, there to meet him. What a feat. Congratulations. Full disclosure, I went to McMinnville High School with Chris and his wife Cheryl, who was also a very important part of this trip. Those two took off in mid-June. They packed up their dog Zuri and they went on an adventure from one Portland to the other. Cheryl drove the RV and Chris rode his bike right alongside it. To finish his challenge, Chris pedaled to the ocean to make the effort officially coast to coast.
It's been on his bucket list, so we're finally checking a big check mark off on the bucket list.
I like to do things athletically. I love to be in my RV. I like to be with my wife. We said this is a perfect challenge to just all three of those things come together, and we'll just do this adventure together.
So Chris documented each day of his Portland to Portland trip in his blog. You can check it out. His journey is at 1ktothebay.com.